This episode is brought to you by Starpil Pro. Starpil Pro is your new online portal for professional discounts and preferred pricing on wholesale waxing supplies. Stay tuned for an exclusive invite to Starpil Pro at the end of the show.
All right, y'all.
Welcome
back. Welcome back to our episode number 2 of Pink Table Talk. And today we'll be doing Esthetician Horror Stories. We're going to get a little spooky. Our estheticians were kind enough to share their waxing nightmares, weird and awkward moments inside of the waxing room with clients, and we're going to be sharing some of them today. Just a disclaimer, we do have consent from any of the estheticians who are named to share their names and share their social profiles. Anybody else who wanted to be kept anonymous, we kept them anonymous. All right, so we hope you enjoy.
If you've ever had a client try to run out on you without paying, met your match with a dirty bottom during a Brazilian, or had an older client speak to you in a childlike voice the whole service, then stick around.
All right, y'all, let's jump right into the story. All right, so story number 1 is anonymous, and it goes like this. Try having someone on your table to do a Brazilian wax only to see a string when you start applying the wax. Wouldn't you know there was a little blood on there too? Did I stop? Nope. Got it done. That was it.
I think this is a great story just because while this may seem like a horror story to some, others may not know that it is okay to get waxed, on your period, but maybe don't blindside your esthetician and go in without telling them and she just finds, the string hanging out.
Right.
So I think, going in, getting a wax done when you're on your period, it's okay. Totally okay. Just, let a girl know.
Right. You can wax on your period. A lot of people do it. It's normal. Like Nicole said, let your esthetician know. And just a couple of disclaimers, right? When you're nearing that time, the wax could be a little bit more painful. When you're on the time, the wax could be more painful, and even a couple days afterward. So just some tips before going in to get waxed. But this esthetician handled it super professionally. She kept going and she got it done. Let's move on to story number 2.
Okay, story number 2. I once had a client tell me we weren't friends anymore in a baby voice after waxing one of her pits. That's not the worst thing. I can calm people down and get them moving, no problem. But after the service, she said I was mean and I should sing to her to fix it. She was dead serious, and she was almost 60 years old.
I'm dead.
Like, Miss Ma'am. Miss Ma'am.
Okay, there's always these like those horror movies, and horror movies sometimes have like older creepy people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is what I imagine in my head when I read this story, because I'm like, it just sounds creepy. You know what I mean? Because I can just picture an older woman. She said she was almost 60 years old. I can just picture an older woman like, you're mean. You have to sing to me now. Like, what?
That does sound like a plot of a movie almost. Yeah. It's weird. I wouldn't even know what to do.
Right.
I really wouldn't. And what song was she supposed to sing to fix it too?
What song were you supposed to sing? Was this your first time with this Esthie? Is this the first time you did this? Did you ever see this client again? Like, we need more context.
I know. I wish there was more. I wish it was a full story with a background so we knew a little more, because this is very, very strange. But you got to get it done. You got to get it done. There's some oddballs out there, but you got to get it done.
I guess she got it done. We might follow up back with her and be like, have you ever seen her again? Did she get over it? All right, so our next story is from Destiny. We'll put her @name right here on the screen. And this one is titled Cottage Cheese. So it says, when I was in school, I had a heavier set lady come in for a leg wax, so me and a friend worked on her together to get it done faster. She walked in there, and there was a strange smell. We waxed the front of her legs, and it was fine, but when we had to flip her over, the smell intensified, and I noticed that she had this thick, white cottage cheese looking stuff growing behind her kneecaps. We finished her wax so fast. Moral of the story, please wash behind your knees.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I wouldn't even know what to do.
There's a lot going on here. Not really. But I mean, the smell thing, that was the first.
First sign of something going on.
But I mean, I've waxed, plenty of Brazilians. And sometimes, not even because they were doing a leg wax, but sometimes people have certain odors. People smell a certain way, like our natural scent, or like there's some sort of odor. But it seems it's normal. You're professional about it. It's just you keep it moving. But then when she saw the back of her,
the thing that gets me is the stuff on the back of her knees. What is that? I wouldn't know what to do. I mean, obviously you keep going, got to get it done. But I wonder what it was on the back of her knees.
I've seen shows, if you've seen shows like TLC has plenty of these shows. And she mentioned this client was like heavier set. And sometimes you see on these shows people that can't access certain parts of their bodies and things like that. And this type of thing happened. So I'm assuming that's what it was.
I mean, maybe she, genuinely couldn't like reach over and really, wash the back of her knees. Who knows? We don't know.
I like the fact that these two girls teamed up to get this wax more efficiently done, and they got it done, and there was no issues. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. So good to them. Good to them.
Okay, let's go to the next story. So this one is anonymous, and we titled it New Esthie Chronicles. So once I was doing a Brazilian and the wax wasn't ready and I pulled it off. I felt so bad for my client. I was only a beginner. I think that this is okay. It was one of your first waxes. Like, it's okay. And I think it was important for us to share this story just to, talk about how it is okay when you're a brand new Esthie, you're just licensed, you're figuring everything out. Because, I mean, Yali can attest to this. In Esthie school, they teach you everything, but it's not until you actually start waxing people in person that you start really learning hands-on on the job.
Mm-hmm. Even when it comes down to clinicals, you're not experiencing everything that you're going to experience in the real world once you're taking in a full day of clients, or once you're working for a really fast-paced chain, or any type of real life business setting that you're in. And you don't start off as a professional. Well, obviously you're a licensed professional, but you don't start off as a master. You always start from your learning phase, and then you continue to grow and get better. And of course, in this industry, you're working with so many different types of products. Not all of them are the same. So if you are a beginner Esthie out there, or you a student Esthie out there, things like this happen. Be open and honest with your client. Let them know what's going on while it's happening. And keep it pushing, girl. Keep it pushing, girl. You're going to get through it. This has happened to me, by the way. And this happened to me during a Brazilian wax. I was doing the butt strip, and I was using hard wax, which I normally never have a problem with. It's super quick and easy on the butt strip. And, but this one piece of wax would not come off. And internally, I'm like, I don't want to curse on here. No, but internally I was freaking out seriously. And I was like, oh my God, I'm fighting with this piece of wax. But I didn't freak my client out. I kind of just played it off in my head. I was like, going.
Talking yourself through it.
Right.
Like giving yourself a pep talk. Like, it's going to be okay. I'm going to get it off. Like,
right.
It's going to be fine.
But I made sure that my aura wasn't panicky.
Yeah.
Because, the rest of the wax had such a it was such a smooth ride that I'm like, I just had to end this way, huh? But I did what I normally do when stuff like this happens. Laid another wax strip. You know, if you have to blot, if you have to powder, whatever it's going to take to get the wax off, right? You know what I'm saying? And it worked out. So again.
And it's good that you outwardly kept calm, because I feel like people can definitely sense like your energy. Like you're so, like it's such an intimate waxing.
Yeah, like the last
experience.
thing you want to hear is
like, I can't get this wax off. Like, oh my gosh.
Right. All right. So our next story is from Jamie G. Again, you'll find her at name right here on the screen. And this one's called Just Couldn't Wait. So she says, I've been a waxer for over 5 years, and about 2 weeks ago, I had a client come in with a very bad attitude towards me. I let her know to remove her bottom half so we can do her Brazilian. As I'm about to start cleansing, I noticed that something was coming out of her insides, in all caps.
Uh-oh.
I let her know what was happening, and she got mad because I told her that. She was rude and said she had sex in the parking lot and that her boyfriend had finished in her. She got up, dressed, and left. I didn't get to wax her that time, and I didn't see her after that.
I just don't understand this. Like, girl, you were on your way to get a wax. Like, why couldn't it have waited for after the wax? And why is your boyfriend coming with you to get your Brazilian wax? Like, I just have so many questions for this client.
Plenty of questions. Plenty of questions. First of all, why didn't she even go to the bathroom, you know, clean her situation up and come back and get waxed? She was just like, you know what, girl, bye.
Like, straight up. Like,
she, like, the esthetician had, you know, she's trying to let her know, like, hey, you know, something's going on out here. She was like, you know what, bye. Girl, that's crazy. That's quite a story. I'm just, like you said, I have more questions than answers. I don't really know. I want to know the thought process.
I know of the client.
It's
like I don't know. Like, didn't you think about that?
Look,
I don't know.
They were feeling the feels, and the feels needed to be felt.
I mean, I guess it, like it's titled, it just couldn't wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're moving on.
Next story. This one is anonymous. So I was doing a client's Brazilian. This client wasn't the most hygienic in the world, and I knew that from past experiences. That said, on this particular day, I was not prepared to see what I did. As we went to do the backside and she spread her cheeks, I was met with lime green, wet, poopy cheeks. I was horrified. How does one not know that their butt was so filthy? On one hand, I felt bad because she obviously wasn't feeling good by the look of what was left on her cheeks after her last bathroom trip. On the other hand, though, I was past. Why would you assume it's okay to show up to your wax appointment with a poopy butt? More annoying is that I give everyone the opportunity to clean up a bit before a wax, so there's just no excuse. I agree. There's no excuse. There's no excuse for that. And just like, didn't she feel it on her butt, like on her pants, like all of these great stories? I wish I could ask more questions because I want to know.
Y'all, look, it's one thing if you walk in, your esthetician has no wipes, you know, you came as is, you're not feeling good. Obviously, like, should the client, like,
yeah,
you know, she's not feeling good.
Yeah. Which I understand, understandable. You know, people have stomach problems, people have off days. It's fine.
Right. You eat something bad. And
it's not going well down there. It's fine. But
if your esthetician provides you wipes,
exactly,
please use them.
Please. Obviously.
Even if you don't think you need them, please use them. You want to get your wax nice, crisp, and clean, so you want your Esthie to be able to get in there.
Yeah.
So
this one took me for a spin.
This is also not as uncommon as you would think. This is pretty common in this world. So go ahead and wipe your tushy.
Please do. If you don't have time for a shower before, at least use the wipe. But okay, let's move on to the next story.
Cool. So this one is from Ariel M. You can find her tag right here. And this one's titled #NotCool. The titles to these stories we
came up with. We came up with because we thought they needed a little something to, introduce them.
Everything else is obviously direct quotes, but just so you know. All right. So I am an esthetician, and while I was in school to get my license, my classmate asked me to be her model for a Brazilian wax, and it was just a terrible experience overall. I've been waxed before, but I don't know WTF she was doing. I'm going to say that one more time. I've been waxed before, but I don't know what she was doing. I swore she was tearing off my skin, and when she had me lift up my legs to do my booty, she stuck her thumb in my butthole 3 times. And then she waxed me, and I gave her a wax. And then after oh my God, you guys, I'm so sorry. I cannot read. And then after she waxed me, I gave her a wax. And when it was time to turn around to do her behind, I added powder to soak up the moisture. And she farted, so the powder flew everywhere onto my face shield. So thank God for COVID, because her fart would have been all up on my face. Yeah, that's crazy.
Just imagine this happening. Like you're a fly on the wall watching this whole thing go down. Again, so many questions.
First of all, they were in school, so they had to have been, when you're doing clinicals in school, you're typically in a room with your class. So I'm sure there was an audience for this.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that. That's true. Wow, the whole class must have been cracking.
We were talking about this. You remember, the movie White Chicks?
Yes.
Where he blows the powder.
Yeah, when they're having
the rap battle.
Yeah, the rap battle.
And he blows the powder out of his hand. Like, that's what I imagine if you fart with powder
in your butt.
You know what I mean? But girl, I hope she was wearing Esthie shield.
For real.
Shout out Esthie shield. Because good thing her face was covered. That's hilarious. Also, she needs to keep her hands dusted.
Yeah. Like, okay, maybe one time, like, okay, but 3 times? Girl, are you okay? Do you know what's going on?
That is hilarious. Thank you, Ariel, for sharing. I'm sure you guys laugh about it today. Nicole, take it away.
Okay, here we go. This is from Gabby M. Her @ is going to be right here. And this one is called Tip Your Esthie. I work at a waxing company, and I wax a lady, full face, arms, underarms, stomach, back, Brazilian, and legs. It was a $300 service, and she only tipped me $10 on the card. So it got taxed anyway. Tip your Esthie, people. Tip $300. $300 with a $10 tip.
Y'all, that's livelihood.
Wait, what?
That's crazy. That's crazy. I get mad when people do that at restaurants. And like whenever I go and get any sort of like beauty treatment, whether it's my nails, my hair,
you're kind of already accounting in your head for that.
Yeah. And of course I'm going to tip my nail tech or my hairdresser or my esthetician what they deserve to be tipped. Right. Like, or at least at the minimum of what they need to be tipped.
Right.
Like, girl, $300. $300.
You already spent the $300.
Exactly. So what's another, I don't know, $40, which at a minimum $40.
Yeah.
Like,
aw, that's a lot of work, you guys. If you're a client, if you're an Esthie, obviously, you know. If you're watching this as an Esthie, you know. If you're a client, I mean, it's a full body service. Yeah, you break a sweat just doing a Brazilian or legs. So imagine doing the entire body. Like, she's a runner, she's a track star. Seriously. And $10 wasn't making the cut, baby. Anyway, tip your Esthie, okay? Don't be shady, girl. All right, so story number 9 is again anonymous, and we called this one nose job / facial disaster. All right, so this was more of a traumatic client.
You just can't talk today. It's
I
okay.
just can't.
It's just okay.
I'm reading the words and that my brain is like not
connecting them in the right order.
Let's do it again. So this was more of a traumatic event from my client, but it scared the crap out of me. My client was laying down for her facial, and mid-steam, she starts coughing uncontrollably and making a choking noise. When she finally sits up, she spits out a big glob of something that resembles a putrid cotton ball. Apparently, she had a nose job a few weeks prior to her facial, and the doctor accidentally left a large piece of cotton in her nasal cavity. She nearly choked on my table, and then she had to save it in one of my 4x4s to show her lawyer.
I cannot imagine this happening to me. Imagine someone like coughing like that and almost like what's the word? Asphyxiating. That's a very hard word to say on your table. Like, that's so scary.
First of all, this is super unique. Like, I'm sure, I don't know. This is super unique. The fact that
I mean, I've never heard a story like this.
I've never.
Obviously, the doctor, like, on them for leaving a piece of cotton in this woman's nose. Like, are you kidding?
And the timing of it. Like, she.
Thank God, like,
during her facial appointment.
Yeah. And, yeah, she was, like, lying down on her back, too.
Oh, my God. I would pass out.
Like, I'm trying to imagine it in my head. Someone lying down and then starting to choke. And
on
then,
your
like,
table, you think maybe you're doing something. You're giving them a facial.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no, baby. Well, obviously, her doctor had a call after that.
Mm-hmm.
Got a phone call.
A phone call from her lawyer.
Right. Because
rightly so.
That ain't right, girl. He needs to revisit that. I'm glad she's okay.
I know.
She's okay and survived.
Yeah.
They didn't give context here, but I hope she got her facial finished.
I know. I hope she got her facial finished. I hope she got some money from the lawsuit because what the heck?
Right.
Like, what? Okay, let's move on to the second one. I mean, the last one that we're doing. So here is the final story of the episode. And this was submitted by Alexandra S. And we titled it Sugar Honey Iced Tea. You would hope after the first time you see this, you wouldn't have to deal with it again and again. But unfortunately, here I am, many Brazilian waxes later, still quite shocked at the amount of people that really don't know how to wipe their butts. The horror for me, seeing a crack full of sugar honey iced tea, the horror for them, we're going to have to reschedule the butt strip. Oh my God. It's like we said earlier, this is a common occurrence in a lot of the stories that were submitted. People just, I guess, don't know how to wipe their butts, which is crazy to me as like a grown adult. Like that it happens so often.
Seriously, we chose, the top, we did 10.
Yeah.
We chose like the top 10.
The top juiciest, cringiest stories. But a lot of them were about people not wiping their butts properly and just poopy butts. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I mean, girl, didn't you learn how to wipe your butt when you were little?
Just use the wipes, okay? Even if you don't feel like you need it.
Just use it. Wipes. If it's there, use it.
Yeah. Otherwise, like Alexandra said, we're going to have to reschedule.
Exactly.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for you, pero no se puede. All right, y'all. So I think she was speaking for like a lot of the Esties that submitted their story. If you submitted your story and it didn't make the cut, don't worry, we got you, because obviously she feels you.
Yeah,
we feel you.
We feel you. We got you.
All right, so we just have one more bonus story. That was pretty much it for now, but this is not the end. We are going to be doing another round of Esthetician Horror Stories.
Yes.
And then the last bonus story is from Darnisha Damskin. And the story is titled Keisha, Tisha, and Angel. So this one is hilarious. It is a very long Twitter thread, and that's why we're not featuring it on here today. But Darnisha had me cracking up.
It was so funny.
Right. She put memes and GIFs and everything to like really
personify the story. Like she really like told the story around the whole experience. It was great. It was so funny.
Right. We're going to drop the link in the description box so you can, if you have Twitter, you can go check it out. It's a whole thread. It is so
hilarious. Yeah. Worth the read. Very much worth the read.
It's basically the tale of, when two clients get mixed up
and girl, she was confused. But
Keisha, Tisha, and Angel.
Yes. I was confused at one point trying to understand it, but it was funny.
So that is our bonus story. Make sure you check it out.
Yes.
And yeah.
And there you have it, our Esthetician Horror Stories. We want to thank you so much for submitting your stories and to watch out for the next round of Esthetician Stories because we want to hear all of the juicy, cringiest other stories you have for us. We love sharing them, talking about them, reacting to them, laughing about them, the whole spiel. So on our next episode, we're going to be showcasing our film hard wax favorites. If you want to get to know why we're America's favorite professional wax brand, make sure to tune in on August 14th, right here on our YouTube channel. We'll be demonstrating pink film, blue film, black film, Star Soft, and coral wax live during the filming to showcase the benefits, correct consistency, and how to apply each of these hard waxes. So you don't want to miss it.
That is right. We're gonna have all of our warmers set up. We're gonna have each of the waxes melted. Show you the visual, right? So you can see for yourself how magical they are.
Yeah, we do get a lot of questions from current Esthies, new Esthies making switches from another brand to our brand, new estheticians right out of school. So I think it's going to be a great episode to tune into so you can see how to really use all of the different Starpil formulas.
Yes, ma'am.
To shop the best products for your clients so you don't end up in a waxing disaster like some of the ones we heard today, click the link in the description box below. Use code PINKTALK at checkout for 15% off your order at starpilwax.com. The code will be right here too on the screen. Just check it out below and we'll see you for the next episode.
This episode was brought to you by Starpil Pro, Wholesale Wax Reimagined. The Starpil Pro portal is a new online portal where you can manage your bulk orders, your wholesale orders with the ease of just a few clicks. No more time-consuming phone calls, no more long email threads, and you can supply your business in your style with our new Starpil Pro portal. The link to apply for your Pro account is in the description box. So just go ahead and click it. And remember, the code PINKTALK does not apply to Starpil Pro orders. But if you are supplying your business and you are looking for larger quantities of wax, check it out. We're really happy to, bring this new portal. Shout out to Zio, sitting right over here, our lovely Zio, for making this possible for our licensed pros and business owners. Like Nicole said, we will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in to Pink Table Talk episode 2.
And we'll see you next time.
Have a good day.
Bye.